The Standing Stones of Carnac in ancient France, long ago, in the land we now call France, there stood a great mystery, a mystery made of stone. In the quiet fields of Carnac, thousands of ancient stones rise from the earth like silent giants. Some stand tall, others have fallen, but all of them whisper secrets of a time long forgotten. Who placed them here? Why were they built? And what power did they hold? This is the story of the Standing Stones of Carnac, a puzzle carved in stone by the hands of an ancient people. Thousands of years before kings ruled France, before iron swords clashed in battle, before even the Romans walked these lands, a different people lived here. They were farmers, fishermen, and hunters. They worshipped the sun, the moon, and the spirits of the earth. And they built something that would last longer than their names, longer than their language, longer than memory itself. They built rows upon rows of standing stones, stretching for miles across the land. The stones of Carnac are not alone. Across Europe, from England's Stonehenge to the wild coasts of Scotland, ancient people raised great stone. But Carnac is different. Here, there are not just circles, but long lines of stones, some straight, some curved, like a great army frozen in time. There are nearly 3,000 stones still standing today, but once there may have been many more. The largest stone's tower over a man's head, heavy as the weight of 10 horses. Moving them would have been a great struggle, yet the people of ancient times did it without wheels, without metal tools, without anything but their hands and their will. Why did they do this? The truth is lost to time, but we can guess. Some say the stones were temples, places where priests spoke to the gods. Others believe they were calendars, marking the path of the sun and the turning of the seasons. The rows of Carnac point toward the rising sun in summer, and some stones align with the moon at its highest point. Perhaps the people who built them watched the sky and knew its rhythms better than we do today. There are darker tales too. Old stories say the stones were once soldiers, turned to rock by magic. A wizard, or perhaps a saint, cursed an invading army, freezing them where they stood. Another legend speaks of giants who lived in Brittany long before men. When they died, their bodies became the stones. Walk among them at dusk when the shadows grow long, and it is easy to imagine these stones were once alive. But the stones were not just for ceremony or story. They were part of life and death. Beneath some stones, archaeologists have found the bones of the ancient builders. These were sacred places where the living and the dead could meet. The stones may have been gateways, not just to the heavens, but to the world beneath, the home of spirits and ancestors. The people who built Carnac left no writing, no records of their kings or wars. But they left these stones, and the stones speak in their own way. They tell us that these ancient people were powerful, not with weapons but with knowledge. They knew how to shape the land, how to read the sky, how to honor the unseen forces of the world. Centuries passed. New peoples came, Celts with their iron, Romans with their roads. They saw the stones, wondered at them, but did not destroy them. Even when Christianity spread across France, the stones remained. Villagers told stories of fairies and witches who danced among them at night. Farmers plowed fields around them, careful not to disturb the ancient rows. Today, the stones still stand. The wind whispers through the grass around them, and the sun casts long shadows at dawn. We may never know the full truth of why they were built, but that is the way of ancient things. They keep their secrets, waiting for the right moment to reveal them. So if you ever walk among the standing stones of Carnac, listen closely. The past is not dead. It is written in stone, waiting for those who know how to read it.